Hello, world, and welcome to the Quick Kick Picks, presented by Bros Talking Soccer. My name is Dave Knittel, here with my brother Christian. Talk about MLS Match Week 29.5. Christian, hello, how are you?
Hello, Dave. I'm so good. I'm so ready to talk about this MLS matchup because it is the best time of the year. It's the playoff race, Dave.
Yeah, I am very excited about it as well. I've had a productive day, and I'm excited to get into this. I'm dealing with a little bit of technical difficulties, so we'll see how this recording goes, but I think it's going to be okay for the viewers. It's just going to be issues that I'm going to have to deal with throughout. Christian, do you want to tell people about our Quick Kick Picks game that we play?
Yes, I would love to. So the Quick Kick Picks game that we play is scored like this. So if you get the home team correct in their score. Nope, I'm doing a real bad job of this. I don't like this. I wasn't ready for this. So the way the game works is you tell us your prediction and we take it, and I just can't do this. I'm not ready.
Okay.
Sorry. I was not prepared for this.
That's my fault. I'm dealing with some technical difficulties, so I figured I'd throw it to you, but I'm just going to try to power through it. So if you would like to play along with our game, send in your predictions. Either leave them below as a comment on YouTube or send us a tweet, preferably at BT Soccer Pod. Christian, why are you shaking your head?
No, I wasn't ready. So
okay. All right. I didn't know if you couldn't hear me. All right. This is just a flying start to us on this broadcast.
I feel like we should just start over.
Leave your predictions. We're not starting over. This is all staying in. There's no turning back. This is live. Leave your predictions either on YouTube as a comment or send us a tweet at BT Soccer Pod. If you get the home team score correct, that is a point. If you get the away team score correct, that is a point. If you get the result of the match correct, that will be a point. And if you get all three of those correct, Christian, then what happens?
You get 2 extra bonus points. So 5 points up for grabs, meaning there are 30 points this midweek.
Quick maths. Yes, we got 6 games that we are talking about. Additionally, Twitter restricts us to 2 minutes and 20 seconds per video. So what we do is we cut this whole video up into individual games that we will talk about. Because of that, I have a little timer here that will go off after 2 minutes and 5 seconds for each game. You'll hear a little whistle or maybe a loud whistle. We never really know the volume of the whistle, but you might hear that. That is a signal to us to wrap up what we're talking about, and we will try to do that. So that's why we're going to go pretty quickly through this, and that is why we restrict ourselves to the 2 minutes and 20 seconds. If you join us live and or leave a comment, know that I am not ignoring it fully. I will ignore it for the short term. Christian, is that a better way to say it?
Yeah.
I will ignore it for the short term, but then I'll circle back on it as we are wrapping up the video. We just don't have time to address the comments as they come through. Last thing, I have not prepared the way I normally do for these videos, so I'm going to fly by the seat of my pants, and we're going to see how this one goes. I'm doing it Christian style. Christian, are you ready to go?
Are you insinuating I don't prepare for this?
No, I'm flat out saying that.
Wow. Unreal.
Ready to go?
Yes.
Kicking things off on Wednesday, September 25th, we have NYCFC versus Atlanta United, probably the matchup of the midweek at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Christian, what are you expecting?
Yeah, this is definitely the matchup of the midweek. I think NYCFC are gunning for that top spot, and Atlanta might be the only team that could catch them at this point. Yes, the Union are in there, but if Atlanta are able to win in New York, NYCFC are going to look over their shoulder, and they have a rough go of it towards the end of the season. So they really need to get at least a point from this game. I think this is going to be so entertaining. I expect a lot of goals because every time there's a game at that stupid little stadium that they play at, there are a million goals. And it's just a small field. That's what happens. If you make a mistake, you're going to get punished for it there. NYCFC have an incredible home record this year. They're able to get results almost in every single game they've played at home. And Atlanta on the road hasn't been amazing, but hasn't been bad. So I expect them to come in, and with Joseph Martinez just continue to score, we expect to see him score again. I think this one is going to end.
No, Joseph Martinez is out for the next 5 weeks. He got a knee and ankle injury. Yes.
Interesting. I have not heard that in any way, and I look at soccer news all over the place. So I don't know how that happened. All right, so NYCFC are going to win this game, unfortunately, by a score of 2-1.
Yeah, I think it might be 3-1 to NYCFC. As much as I want Atlanta to get a result to sort of just keep the Eastern Conference title race wide open, I don't think it happens. Obviously, Joseph is a big loss. Pity Martinez is going to have to step up in a big way. We're recording this before lineups are out. I'm assuming Pity is playing here, but they're going to need him to step up in a big way. You know, Brandon Vasquez, who is, I assume, probably going to fill in, or Tito Villalba might be filling in as well. Villalba is very talented, but he hasn't really been playing as much as he has in the past for Atlanta. So you don't know what kind of form he's going to be in. I don't think Vasquez is as great. And so that's why I ultimately think NYCFC gets a 3-1 win here. Anything else, Christian?
Nope.
Next game we are talking about, we have Minnesota United hosting Sporting Kansas City on Wednesday, September 25th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Like I said, I did not have my normal preparation, so that's why I was stumbling over that. So this is a really interesting game just from the standpoint of Minnesota is still competing for second place in the Western Conference. They're only a point behind Seattle, and they have a game in hand. This is their game in hand. If Minnesota draws this match, I think they will still be behind Seattle, but they'll be tied on points, and then it'll just be, tiebreakers the rest of the way. I expect Minnesota to get a win here. SKC is completely unraveled. They lost in their most recent game. They've not been performing well over the whole season, and they're starting to part ways with players. I think this is going to be a huge transition year for them, and I expect Minnesota to get, I'm going to say, a 2-0 result at home. They've been so superb at Allianz Field, and I expect them to get a result here. Christian, what are you expecting?
I absolutely expect Minnesota to win this game, and they'll jump into second place by doing so. Even if they get a draw here, they do move into second place because their goal difference is so superior to Seattle's right now, but their home form this season has been very, very good. I expect them to continue that. SKC has not played well this season. It's been very evident in a lot of games. I think that this is a big win for Minnesota, and I'm going to go with a 4-1 win at home. I think that they could score a lot of goals here, and they're trying to prove a point that they could finish second in the West.
Yeah, and you're right. Minnesota would move into second on goal difference. And Minnesota has just been superb at home. I already touched on it before. Defensively, they've been really stout at home as well. They only have one home loss all season, and I expect them to get a result here. Christian, anything else you want to add?
Nope. I just expect Minnesota to just show their dominance and show that they have the more quality. Even though SKC have the more experienced manager, it's not going to show on this day.
Yeah, more experience as far as MLS is concerned. Adrian Heath definitely has lots of experience as well, both as a player and as a manager. But, good point there. Next game, we are – get out of here. All right, quiet whistle. Next game we are talking about, we have Real Salt Lake hosting the LA Galaxy at Quick Mass, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Christian, what are you expecting to happen in this game?
Oh, man, this is a tough one. RSL have been really, really good at home, specifically in the last few weeks or last few months, really, of the season. And LA Galaxy haven't traveled well, to be honest. But they are still gunning for that second place. If they win this game and Minnesota don't win, LA Galaxy move into second place. So it is so tight in the Western Conference. Real Salt Lake could also jump into second with a win here. So it's crazy that this is the 4th and 5th place team, all going for second place, all just trying to stay in the playoffs, even just because from 8th place to second place, there's a 6-point gap with 3 games left for a lot of these teams.
Yeah,
so this is
some 3.
Yeah, so this is absolutely incredible. I expect this to be a high flyer. I think RSL do get the win here just because their home form has been that telling. I expect LA to at least score a goal and make it interesting, but RSL just having their fans behind them, having that quality at home shows in the end, and I'm going to go with a high-scoring 3-2 victory for RSL here.
All right. I have it being 2-1 to RSL for a lot of the same reasons you highlighted. I just don't trust this LA Galaxy team. Even though they've started to get the ball rolling, a lot of that has been at home where they're much more comfortable. It is nice to see Zlatan coming to life, getting some goals. He has down performances. It seemed like the down performances happen more on the road as well. And so with this being on the road, even though it is crunch time and even though you expect him as a big time player to step up, I think RSL finds a way to keep him somewhat under wraps, and they are able to get a result. Another sort of subplot to all of this, they had a clash between Unoha I always get that name pronounced wrong. Apologies.
That's right.
Back for RSL and Zlatan earlier in the season. So I'm really going to be watching for that matchup. If they are both playing again, we are recording this before the lineups are announced. So that'll be something else to keep in mind here. But RSL wins this one 2-1. Anything else?
Nope.
Next game, we have the other LA team, LAFC, hosting Houston Dynamo at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So LAFC, they are winless now in, what is it, 5 matches, Christian, I think?
Probably,
winless in their last 5. I believe 2 of them have been at home as well, which is slightly surprising because, I mean, they're still the best team in the league. They're still the best home team in the league, but they've had a slight dip in form. It seems like the more combative you can be with them, specifically in midfield, the tougher it is for LAFC, and they haven't responded exceptionally well to that. Having said all of that, Houston is more or less eliminated from the playoffs. I don't think that they've officially been eliminated, or maybe they've officially been eliminated at this point. Their playoff hopes are hanging by a strand. I don't expect Minnesota to really put up much of a fight here. Christian Ramirez, it'll be interesting to see if he gets any game time, having been traded from LAFC. So that'll be an interesting subplot to watch out for here. But ultimately, LAFC just has more quality. They're a better team. Houston is terrible on the road, and that's why I think LAFC gets back to winning ways in emphatic fashion 4-2. I'm going to say 4-0 in this one. Christian, what do you expect?
Wow. Yeah, Houston just do not travel well, and even though they have 2 wins in their last 3 games, I don't think this is a continuation of that. LAFC have 4 draws in their last 5 matches, which is ridiculous. It's something you don't really equate to that team, but they've had the Western Conference locked up for so long. It was only a matter of time before they just take it easy before the playoffs. And that's kind of what they're doing. They're coasting into the playoffs, which in my opinion is not a good idea. You get to the playoffs against these competitive teams that have been playing at a high level. They may not be ready for what they're about to face. And I know that they have the most talent in the league, but sometimes that is a risky move. I expect them to be up for this one, though, just because Houston are so poor on the road. And I don't know if I'm going to go with 4. I'll probably say they score 3 in this game, but Houston just... I don't expect them to cause many problems for that LAFC defense, and this one's going to end 3-0.
Yeah, and I don't think LAFC has really been coasting. It's been more other teams are starting to figure them out, and also the Vela injury obviously had an impact, and now Diamande being out has an impact as well. So that's, I think, what's going on there. And it might be a bit bold of me to predict 4-0 because this time of year, matches are just much tighter. So we'll see what happens there. Next game we're talking about, we have the Portland Timbers hosting the New England Revolution on Wednesday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Christian, what do you think is going to happen here?
This is a tough one for me to predict. Portland have been really poor at home in the past few games that they've had, and I don't know what is going on with why can I not think of who I'm talking about here? New England right now, but they don't look that good either, and both of them are really teetering on that playoff line. Right now, Portland have to win. They are in the first spot out. They are in 8th place, and with a win, they will jump FC Dallas, who are the team that would fall out if everyone wins out for the rest of their season. But I'm having a tough time finding a lot of positives with this Portland team. They have so many home games to end the year, but they're not taking advantage of it. And it might cost them in the end because of that. New England haven't looked good either. We've seen it over the past month or so. They haven't been winning games, unlike they were for the past 3 months before that. Since Bruce Arena came in there, he got them just to gel as a team. It's kind of falling apart here, and I don't know what I want to say here. I don't think that either team is going to win this game, and I'm going to go with a 1-1 draw.
Yeah, I kind of want to predict the same thing, which would make things super interesting because Chicago somehow is still in the playoff race in the East. Montreal, I think, is too far out. But if New England loses this game, Chicago only needs to win and have New England drop one more match, and then Chicago holds most of the tiebreakers here, and so they will likely make the playoffs. New England is sputtering, but I still think Bruce Arena finds a way to get them into the playoffs. I think that they lose this game, though, because I just don't have a ton of faith in New England right now. And Portland, they haven't scored in their last 3 home matches. I think they find a way to right the ship here and grind out a 2-1 win because I think they are more talented and they should make the playoffs in the West. And so this is more based on what should happen, but I don't have a lot of confidence. I'm going to predict a 2-1 Portland win, but this game is really a toss-up. Anything else?
Nope.
Final match of the midweek, and one that I will be at in person in the away supporters section. San Jose is hosting the Philadelphia Union at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So, like I said, I'll be going to this match. The Union seem to have hit, I'm going to say it's a rough patch, even though they had performed well the previous matches. That performance against Red Bull did not instill much confidence. Montero did not look right in the middle of the park. Fabian hasn't really been playing much. I know he got in late in the game, but wasn't having a ton of confidence in that. Sergio Santos is going to be out for this game. Mark McKenzie, who had been playing well before that, is going to be out for this game. So I think those injuries are going to play a factor. Meanwhile, San Jose completely lost their mind. Their manager is likely going to be suspended. He got a red card. Chris Wondolowski got, I believe, his first ever red card, or his first one in something like 300 plus matches. He wasn't actually in the game. He got it on the bench. And then Espinoza got 2 yellows and is going to miss this game. So there are going to be lots of players out for either side. It's so tough for me to predict. I want the Union to win, but I just don't have a lot of faith in them. San Jose is pretty good at home. I'm going to say the Union find a way to get a 1-1 draw on the road. Christian, what are you expecting?
I'm going to go against all the odds here, and I'm going to actually predict the Union win this game. They looked so bad at Red Bull Arena this past week, and I think a lot of their key players are ready to step up. They have to have a statement game here. And with NYCFC playing Atlanta, this is their chance to get back into the Eastern Conference title race here. And I think that this is a very, very interesting matchup. Like you said, Espinoza and Wondolowski being out, those are 2 big players for San Jose. So a lot of the goals in that team are going to fall out. And I expect the Union to be able to take advantage. The Union can score goals. We've seen it over and over this year. I expect them to get 2 goals on the road here, and San Jose just not have enough in the end, win this game 2-1 to the Union.
Another factor at play here is the Union is coming cross country and 1 less day rest as well. So fatigue may play a role, and then they're on the road again against Columbus. So that's going to be something to watch out for, see how much lineup rotation happens as well. Anything else, Christian?
Nope.
All right, this has been the Quick Kick Picks presented by Burrows Talking Soccer. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoy the midweek MLS action. And Christian, final words?
Let's go get some matches played.